Okay, so let's get started. So if we're going to do a post, in fact, I'm going to show you last Thursday's post to give you a little bit of an idea of what I'm talking about, right? Okay, so going back and talking about the story of who we used to be, right? Yesterday, I did a post on feeling that when I used to feel overwhelmed, I couldn't manage time, everything was overwhelming and all of that. And now I'm talking about really getting to have freedom and things like that. That is an example of what I'm talking about right there, right? And so always put a picture of yourself when you make one of these kinds of things. Selfies are great in this area because somebody connects with you, right? So I was talking about a class that I'm getting ready to teach there about time and learning actually how to maximize it. The one I want to really show you is this one right here. Okay. So this is one that works really great on a Thursday. Okay. I did Transformation Thursday and I talked about how I was down 70 pounds, how the journey wasn't just the outside stuff, how it was a lot of inner work, right? Okay. Now I've got a whole bunch of more comments to answer on this, and this post is going to go for a long time. I've got 34 already, and I haven't even been hardly working this because I've been so busy. So I need to go back and actually answer a lot of things. 77, 78, 79 people like that. Those are all people that I'm going to reach out to too, that aren't, if they're not already in my relationship rotation. So this kind of story and transformation works really well also. Now, Judy the other day asked, well, she's like, well, what if you don't have this big story yet? That's perfectly fine. Everybody has learned something from something, right? And so what you do is you just go back and talk to the person you used to be. It might be the person you used to be 2 hours ago. It might be the person you used to be yesterday. It might be the person you used to be last week. It doesn't matter how long it's been. You're only talking about what you're learning, what you're overcoming, and what you're doing. Like Keisha, I know, has got a powerful story. There's just something about her. I know she does. And as she puts that story online for people, she's going to give inspiration to people, right? So let's make our post, and I'm going to show you how we're going to do this today. Now, again, if you are new, please put a 1 in the chat so I make sure to cover all of the ways to do this. So 1 in the chat if you are brand new. Okay, let me get my chat up here. All right. Over here. All right. Give me 1 second. Oops, it's not what I want. I want this. Okay. All right. So let's talk about making a post. For Thursday, hashtags could be Transformation Thursday, Thankful Thursday, Throwback Thursday, if you're working with hashtags. I like to work with hashtags with the AI.
Elizabeth,
and, yes,
we're seeing you on your Logitech.
Oh, that's bizarre. All right, let me try that again. Thanks, Paul. Is that better?
There you go.
Yay. Okay. All right. So we're going to make some posts similar to one of these. So remember, it's all about talking about where you used to be and what you did. And if you need any ideas, feel free to come over to mine. You'll see some of mine. Actually, and remember to use your pin posts. I'm going to put this one as my pin post now because that's my latest one, my latest example. Okay. Lots of different ideas here on how to do that. What we're going to do is a post that's similar to this. So similar to last Thursday's. So usually on Thursdays, I do different kind of testimonial posts. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come over here. Now I'm going to post on social media. I'm going to caption and suggested image or long post and suggested image if I want to make the ones with the words on here. So if I want to make a post with words on it like this, or where are you? Let me find a really good one. If I want to make a post with words on it like this and use it with one of my photos, I can do that. And remember, if you're going to use an a vertical photo, it's best to do a vertical one here. So if you're doing a vertical selfie type portrait photo, it's best to do this one. Most of the time I don't really pay attention, but it is actually better practice to do it the other way. Okay. So today, caption and suggested image. Yeah. Ooh. Yeah. Really what I want to do is a short text only post. All right. I'm going to do a short text only post real quick so I can get this post out and show you how this works. Okay. What do I want the post to be about? What is a short text only post? Short text only starts great conversations. And let's try this. Write me a post. Little change in direction, but I haven't done one of these in so long and that I think this would be really valuable. Okay, write me a post under 130 characters that talks, that asks the question, what? Let's see, I want to do a question about time since the class I'm doing is about time management, time blocking, and all of that. So, and what, like Paul's business is in patches. And so what he could be talking about health or what the challenges are you? Let's see, what is your biggest struggle when it comes to building your business? That asks the question, what is your biggest time struggle when it comes to building your business? Okay, write me a post under 130 characters that talks about my now time freedom. Let's see if it can do this. I don't know if anybody can do this under, and ask the question, what's the biggest struggle when it comes to your business? Now I'm flying by the seat of my pants right here to see if the AI can do this. Now, we're going to look at this in a couple of different ways. First, let's do the short text only post. Then we're also going to do this under capture and suggested image. Okay. Cherishing my newfound time freedom, something I once only dreamed of. What's your biggest time struggle in business? Let's share and support each other. Not bad. Let's do it again and see what else it gives me. Now, remember, if you don't like something at first, just hit generate again. Now, cherishing time freedom. I'm curious, what's your biggest time struggle in business? Let's share and find solutions together. Now I can work this with this. Now, here's what I'm going to do. I want to emphasize this because these are the types of conversations I want to have today, right? So Cheryl's going to have a different kind of set of conversations than Ray is. They may both be talking about their business, but they may be talking about a different aspect of that, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit get started. I'm going to hit post. Now, to do one of those colored background posts, I am going to go and find a color, and then I'm going to paste and match style. If the color goes away, I have too many characters. Okay. Now there is, see, all the characters are gone. I'm curious, what's your biggest time struggle in business? I am teaching let's see what we can do if I can get these in here. I am teaching a class on, let's see if I can get this. Nope. Yes, I can. Watch this. Aha.
Elizabeth, how did you get to the changed colors?
Perfect. Let me get that for you. So let me finish this real quick and I'll show you exactly how to do that. Great question. I'm curious, what's your biggest time struggle in business? I'm teaching a class on time. Let's share and find solutions together. Let's see. Let's do this instead. Share your share your struggles in the comments below. All right. Aha. I will get you, Facebook. Share your struggles in the comments below. Okay. I'm going to put it just like that for right now. Now, Ronnie, this is how you do this. Now, why do I do this? Because two things. One, I know my own experience with time and I know my own experience with things, but I want to be able to help as many people as possible, right? And people all have different things. And so I want to insert some of those things in the class. But the second thing is these kinds of posts start great conversations that change your algorithm. When you do a post like this and just ask a question, the comments below, when you comment back and forth, you can get 40, 50, 60 comments that start really changing the algorithm on your post. So these work great. Now I'm going to go back and show you the other way, but I want to show Ronnie this first. When you click create post, Ronnie, this little button right here that most people overlook, these two A's right here with the colors, when you click on that, you can change and do a color. Now, if you want to do a color background, it has to be under 130 characters. There is a backwards way of doing it. That's a 3-step process that will give you more than that. However, I can't teach that here right now, but I can show you guys eventually. All right. So next one, let me do this now. We saw this as a short text only post. Now let's do caption and suggested image and hit generate. Now, I don't really need it under 130 characters again. Now, this is actually really good. All right. Now, if I want to post, I'm going to do that again, Ronnie. This is how you're going to do that. I'm going to click right here. I'm going to find a color. I'm going to paste that in there. If it's too much, I will have to get rid of some. It's not going to let me do it. All right. So let's come back over here real quick and I'll mess with that one later. I'm going to take out the 130 characters because I don't need that under a regular post. Write me a post that talks about my now time freedom and ask the question, what is your biggest time struggle when it comes to business? Okay. So now I'm going to click this and you're going to see the difference between caption and suggested image and then the short text only posts. As I embrace this beautiful season of time freedom in my life, it got me pondering, what's your biggest time struggle when it comes to business? Let's share and support each other in finding more time freedom. I love that. Okay. Now, I'm going to actually copy this and I'm going to show you the difference when you come over here and make it a little longer. So if I make this longer by regenerating, I keep the exact same thing, but it just adds some additional things to it, right? As I find myself in this season of my life where I'm blessed with abundance of time freedom, it really stimulates some deep thinking. I'm curious about your experiences. What are your greatest challenges with time management in your business endeavors? It's essential we open up a dialogue about this because of blah, blah, blah. Okay, not at all what I wanted. So what if I go to make it shorter? Does it bring it back to the original? It's going to be pretty close to it. It probably won't be exactly dead on. How do you handle time management in your business? Let's discuss the challenges and so forth and that. Okay. So you can see the difference between caption and suggested image, short text only posts, and long posts. They're all going to do something different. So let's go ahead and do our posts now. We're going to put 5 minutes up on the board. Let's go out. We're going to be consistent. We're going to do this together. Now, Yolanta, Jenny, Ray, Mary, what we're going to do is we're going to make a post about, if you don't already have a plan, if you already came with a plan of the post that you want to make, go for it. But if you didn't and you need an idea, talk about something, ask the AI to write you a post about something about your life that you have overcome, that you have learned. Like PJ's got a great story too. Great to see you here, honey. I've missed you. So what is it that you have learned? What is it that you've overcome? And ask a question with what people are still struggling with. So as Jenny and I both lost 70 pounds, one of the questions we're going to ask is, what do you find is the greatest struggle in achieving your weight goals? That's a great question. What do you feel is your biggest struggle? Because for each person, it's going to be different, right? For Ray, he may be talking about what's your biggest health struggle. He may also be saying, what's your biggest struggle to taking the vacation that you want? Why would he do that? Because he's building an incredible coffee business that he could actually offer the business to as a side hustle for somebody, right? So think about what it is you've overcome. We're going to put up the 5-minute timer. We're also going to take questions during the 5 minutes so we get more done. And so if you have a question, make sure you put your digital hand up. We'll do that during the 5 minutes. And then after the 5 minutes, I would love to see some of your posts. So Keisha, Mary, Diane, Linda, Yolanta, Cheryl, I'd love to see some of your posts. All right. Pamela, did you have a question, honey? First of all, great to see you here.
Yes. I always catch the replay if I'm not home.
Okay.
So
Well, I'm
that's why
glad
you
you're
don't
here.
see me. My question for you is you just said it, when you show your post, you had all these people that liked your post.
Right.
Are you go back and start a conversation with them, or just when they put a comment on your post?
Perfect question. So for me, I will go through, I'll get 70, 100, 200 likes on stuff, and whatever the likes are, I will go through and see if there's anybody's name on there that I haven't already talked to that I don't recognize. So Coach Jenny and I already know each other. We like each other's posts. I'm not going to necessarily start a conversation with Jenny because we're already doing stuff together, right? But let's say, Sam Murphy or something goes and likes my post. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go click on that person, go find them on Facebook and see if it's somebody that I think that I'd like to have a conversation with anyways. Okay. So do we have some things in common? Is this a person of the same kind of values and stuff that I have? If it is, then I'm going to start commenting on their posts. And I may even send them a message and say, hey, thank you so much for your like on my post. I appreciate the support. And then ask them a question. If I don't feel like I know them well enough to do that yet, or if I'm a little unsure, I'll just make some comments on their posts. And so then they'll actually see more of my posts and I'll see their posts and I'll get to know. Does that make sense?
Yeah, a little bit.
Now, and here's the thing to think about. When you're first starting out, if you only had 5 people make a comment on your post, it's very easy to just reach out to those 5 people, send a message, thanks, and make some comments on their posts. Once this starts kicking in and really starts taking off for you, you have to be more selective, right? Because you only have so much time. And so that's why I always tell people, look at somebody's profile. This is something Adrienne Chanel taught me a long time ago. Look at somebody's profile and see if it's somebody that I would want to have a conversation with anyways, that we might have something that would work together. And if the answer is no, when you look at their profile, don't do it. Pass, go on to the next person.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. All right. Who else has questions today as we're making our posts? Everybody doing good so far? All right. I'm going to go through the chat for questions and we're going to make sure. Oh, Cheryl, good question. Okay. So what is a pinned post? Let me talk about what a pinned post is. Okay. This is something that's really great that you guys can utilize, especially if you want to invite somebody to an event. Like Courtney a lot of times invites people to sourdough events and talking about health and stuff. Jenny invites to like healthy happy hours. I invite to my community, I invite to classes, I invite to coaching, I invite to my network marketing business, to things that I'm doing in there. So whatever you're inviting to, this is a great way to keep something at the top that people can find it. So I'm going to show you how this is done. All right. So Cheryl, the first thing you're going to do when doing this kind of a post is you are going to, I don't know why somebody's calling me. That was bizarre. Okay. I don't know. Paul, is there a Ralph on here? Can you look and see if there's a person on here who's actually trying to call me? Is this just some random person? Okay. So Cheryl, this is a pinned post. Where's Cheryl at? Can you raise your digital hand, honey, so I can find you? Get you unmuted. Where are you? Where is Cheryl Clow? Cheryl Clow, where are you? There you are. Okay, let's get you unmuted. And then I'm going to pin you here so I can see you. All right. Perfect. All right. So the very first thing that you do, Cheryl, is you make a regular post about something that you want to have conversations towards specifically. Maybe it's going to one of your events. You're in network marketing, right?
Right.
What kind of network marketing business are you in?
Health and wellness.
Beautiful. And what do you do like coaching? Do you invite people to like group things that you teach? What do you like to invite somebody to? A class?
Usually to Zoom
Beautiful. Okay.
about the products and how it can be helpful to them.
Okay. So you like to do one-on-one or a group of people?
Usually a group.
Okay, perfect. Okay. So let's say that you have a group event that's coming up next Thursday. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So with that, you're going to put a name to that thing that you're doing.
Okay.
And then you're going to write a post about your personal transformation in the area, in the same area. So like this one's about time. And it's about how I used to feel completely overwhelmed. I was working 80 hours a week. It was a mess. And I knew something had to change or I was going to burn out. Now I run a successful business where overwhelm has no home. If anybody knows me, my mantra, everything has to be in peace, joy, and love, or I don't want anything to do with it, right?
Right.
So now I talk about how I have time. If you're feeling, and then I give the offer. If you're feeling swamped and think there's no way out, I want you to know that things can be different. So for you, Cheryl, talking about your health journey, why you do what you do, what you've overcome personally yourself, and then telling people if you're feeling less than energetic, if you're feeling like you're struggling in energy, if you're feeling whatever it is that you've overcome, you ask the question now because you're talking to the person that you used to be. And then you talk about what you've done. And then so I'm teaching a new workshop, managing and maximizing your time. It's like nothing you've learned before, which is true because what I learned that helped me is nothing what anybody else said. And then what you do is you always put this as, so it doesn't destroy your algorithm, Cheryl. You're going to put this as message me for the link and I'd be happy to invite you to this free thing or whatever. Okay.
Okay.
Now, once your algorithm has kind of worked its way out for the day or whatever that is, then you come back over here to these top three on that post, these 3 dots, and you click pin post. The reason you do the pin post is because it keeps it at the very top of your page. So where somebody comes down, this is the first thing that they see. And when you pin the post, that's when you put the link in. Because remember, Facebook doesn't like anybody to leave. So if you put the link in while you're trying to work the algorithm and get all the comments, your post will be squashed by Facebook because they don't want people to leave Facebook. So after you've worked that algorithm, that's when you go back in, replace the message me with your link if you want a link in there, or you can keep the message me, but you'll keep that post at the top. And then for as long as that is where people can come to your page and click on it, that's what you'll do. This works super well, Cheryl, if you are in Facebook groups and doing a lot of work on groups. So if you go and do a lot of work in groups and get a lot of attention in there, people will click on you and go to your profile page to see who you are. And that pin post will be the first post that they see where they can actually go and do a discovery call with you or jump on your Zoom or schedule with you or something like that. Does that make sense?
Yeah, yeah. I've heard you say it, many times. I'm thinking, what is that all about? Let me find out. Okay, so now I know.
Really super useful. By the way, I love your shawl. That's
Thank
gorgeous.
you, thank you, thank you.
All right. All right. Questions. Anybody else have questions about that? We're all good on that? Okay, no Ralph. I don't know who it was. You got booted out. We did not boot you out, PJ. Okay. Good question, Sophia. Okay. So Sophia is a digital creator on Facebook with a professional page. Perfect. That's what we recommend. You're into wellness. Perfect. You're part of a wellness support group where you can invite prospects. Okay. Do you suggest I create my own Facebook group for my prospects, or is it okay to use the group I'm using, which is more effective? Okay. So Sophia's got a great question about groups. Groups are amazing. There's pros and cons to both of what she's asking. The first thing is, if you have your own group, you have more control about what is in there, what's invited, what's not, and things like that. I love having my own groups. However, they are a lot more work. And as it starts growing, it's a lot of work. And if you don't have admins that can help you, it's hard to make sure that people aren't posting things like their own links to try to steal people out of there and everything else, because that's a lot of stuff that goes on. The advantage of being actively involved in another group is it's a group of people that you didn't have access to originally. And you can actually get to be well known as an expert in your area in that place where people come and find you. Personally, Sophia, if I was you, I would do both, because I actually do both. And I do very, very well with both. I'm in groups that are very large. Some of those groups have thousands of people in them. Now, not everybody's active, but a lot of them are really super big. And I do a lot of work in there, and they're great. I also have my own groups, though, where I can share, and I invite people. I'm like, hey, you want to join my group? I do a lot more deeper discussion about these things, but it's always through conversation, not ever speaking that in the group. So, Sophia, I hope that was helpful. Okay. All righty. Let's do this. And here. Okay. All right. So I'm going to do this real quick. Grab this. All right. Any other questions here? I'm going to go through everybody's questions. There you go. And all right. Make sure I've got everything here. Gloria and Tina, I just messaged you. Okay. Nina.
Hi,
Hi, gorgeous.
I posted something that was a throwback that came up, but then I did another one of a before and after. But I did the text through the Nowsite imaging, and it's too big for the section. When you look at it on Facebook, you have to open the photo. Is
Right.
that okay, or should I retext it so that you see the text the minute you open it?
Okay, so truthfully, best practice is to make sure it fits in. The way you make it fit in by using the Nowsite is
Mhm.
by actually cropping the photo this way as much as possible, because the wording is going to go out as far, and you
Okay.
shrink that in. So I can show you. I don't think we have enough time to show you. I can show you that tomorrow. But best practice is to shrink it in. Remember, if you're going to do multiple photos,
Yeah.
if you do a landscape photo with a portrait photo, the landscape's going to overrule and they're going to end up stacked like this, and you may not see some of the wording. Or if they stack like this, the landscape one's going to be cut off. So anytime you're doing a portrait, like selfie type photo, make sure your other photos are the same, and then you can get a better format on the Facebook.
Okay,
Does that make sense, sweetie?
yes.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh my gosh. Yes, we must go. All right. So got your pin post. It's Thursday. I've got to get off of this thing. And so I totally forgot today was Thursday. We have a hard stop right now. I've got to go. Tomorrow we'll be back for My AI Live at 11 a.m. Eastern Time, 8 a.m. Pacific. Ray, come back tomorrow. I'll make you the first person to help. And I got to give this back over to Adrian and Cheryl. Have a wonderful day. And remember, if you need any help, always bring your questions back here. We're happy to answer your questions. We're happy to help you with all of this. Bring your team. Fastest way to grow is everybody's doing the same thing together. We'll help you with all of that as well. Remember, Justin and everybody's on live in 15 minutes. Have a great day, everybody. Love you. Thank you for the reminder, Paul. Have a great day, everyone.